Merry meet and welcome. Welcome to the realms of mysticism, the occult, and magic, where your possibilities are only limited by your imagination. Welcome to the Witch's Cauldron and discover the knowledge you seek. Gather round the cauldron and even stay for a spell. Brightest blessings to you.
Merry meet and welcome to the Witch's Cauldron. My name's Paula. Today's video is on the new moon occurring in Scorpio on November 4th. Hey guys, we're in eclipse season. Yay! So that just means everything is more ramped up. Eclipse season just intensifies all the energies. And particularly right now, we have the Sun and Mars in Scorpio. I happen to be a Leo Sun and a Scorpio ascendant. Thank gosh, I have a Libra moon to kind of balance things out a little bit. But I will tell you that my energy, I have been just lately. So I have had to make a real effort to watch how I speak. And I just kind of, go back in my little shell and I, kind of hunker down because I just want to eviscerate people right now. And Scorpio, if you remember, is the most intense of the water signs. Water governs our emotions, okay? Our relationships. So be very cognizant of the fact that you could be just really fractious and lashing out right now. With regard to your relationships, your loved ones, things that you're saying, things that you care about, your emotions can just be a complete roller coaster. You're either going to be completely in the dumps and sobbing in a fetal position on the floor, or you're going to be madder than hell and up here and ready to just strike anyone with that scorpionic energy and just sting the hell out of them, right? This is going to be going on until like March or April, the end of March, early April of 2022. And there are going to be a lot of really fast moving changes, and there are going to be dramatic big changes coming in the world. And it's going to start November, December of this year, going through into the spring of next year. We begin the month with Mercury at 24 degrees Libra in T-square to Pluto in Capricorn and Eris in Aries. This again will be placing a focus on voicing strong concerns by society to speak up for those who are not being heard by those in authority. These can become even more loud when we enter the third and final Saturn-Uranus square on Christmas Eve on December 24th. And this again highlights that clash between control, freedom, the old, the new, the past, the future. And this is when those who are in power or who are leaving power are encouraging division, when what should be encouraged is us all to come together to unify us and work on common goals for the good of all. And I'm speaking because we had some off year elections in the States. There were changes over that surprised people. That push and pull of power with those leaving office versus those coming in, things like that. will probably come to the forefront again. Also, we are starting the US Pluto return. I have a separate video on that. So I will link that in the description box, and you can go and watch it and see what I think will be held for the United States and then rippling out to other parts of the world for that return. This time there is a real sense of endings. Pluto is direct now, and Pluto is about shining light, the excavating corruption, holding people accountable, exposing issues involving lack of integrity. And especially for those people who are in positions of power. Remember that Scorpio is the sign of deep, dark secrets, and you now have the Sun and Mars in Scorpio. Going to be a lot of those deep, dark secrets, not just governmental, but corporate. A whole lot of secrets coming to the surface. And it's going to shine light on things that may be extremely painful for us, but we need to know for the higher good. We have the new moon on the 4th of November, and it's occurring at 12 degrees, 40 minutes of Scorpio. It will occur at 2:14 p.m. Pacific, which will be 5:14 p.m. Eastern and 9:14 UK. Be sure where 12 degrees 40 Scorpio falls in your chart. That's where you would want to focus your rituals on, like manifestations and things of that nature. That house, where it falls, will guide where your ritual should go. The sun and moon will be tightly opposing Uranus at 12 degrees 47 of Taurus. So it's only 7 minutes from exactitude. So this is going to be probably focused on big shocks and surprises with regard to things that Taurus rules. That would be your wealth, the earth, food, abundance, things of that nature, keeping a roof over your head, keeping your family warm, having the resources necessary to provide, okay, for you and your family. So this can be in the form of different kinds of currencies, banking, earthquakes and volcanoes. Right now, at the time that I am recording this, we have 26 volcanoes that are active and another 14 that could go. And they are predicting that these may have an impact on, distribution systems, food systems, things of that nature. And remember the environmental impact and the impact, like the volcano at La Palma, of all of the housing that's lost, everything that's lost, okay? Those types of eruptions can also be political and environmental. There may be environmental issues that come to light where they could uncover a massive environmental crisis, something of some kind. Uranus is also the planet of rebellion and chaos. Okay, it's pushing back against the norms, against the systems that are in place. They used to call it the man in the 60s, and I'm dating myself. Yes, I remember that. So Yeah, I'm that old. Anyhow, but it's also remember that rebellion and revolution then can bring around awakening, okay? And a coming together, a uniting. Taurus is linked to not only currencies, but food. I think that there's going to be a bigger focus on problems with food distribution, with also petroleum distribution, and a lot of this will have to do with driver shortages because of vaccine mandates. A lot of drivers, longshoremen, people involved with food distribution, distribution of petroleum, etc., have quit their jobs because of vaccine mandates. This will end up having long lasting repercussions. Again, it's that thing freedom versus control, mandate versus individual choice. Okay, it's that clashing of those energies. Remember also that Taurus is affiliated with the root chakra. And that is the root chakra is all about fight or flight. That's your instinctual need for survival. Don't let that become out of balance and make you fearful. Sometimes things have to completely fall apart so that it can be rebuilt in a bit better place, okay, in a better manner. Taurus will also make you focus on what is really necessary in your life. Do you need to watch me on YouTube? No, you don't. That is not something that is necessary for your instinctual survival. Okay, what is necessary is growing food, having enough food to get your family through the winter, having enough heat to keep your family warm, having enough money to keep your utilities on. I have a feeling that, electrical grids may end up collapsing again, that winter weather coming up may impact wind turbines again, like we saw in Texas last year. I think that all of these are kind of coming around to a perfect storm to make you focus on what is really and truly important in your life and to forget about the bullshit that, is really small stuff like internet stupidity and junk that happens on social media, right? Uranus will also be shining the light on secrets, but it can bring about a lot of shocks. It can make us look at things that we haven't really wanted to dig beneath the surface to find that, once you scratch the surface, that there's a big mess underneath. And it's kind of like me. I hate trying to fix anything related to plumbing because once I fix one, I find 15 more develop along the way, and it takes at least 7 or 8 trips to the hardware store to get everything I need. So I just have this internal block to all things to do with plumbing, okay? Because that's just my experience in life. So, it may be the fact that you take a harder look. And you're in Scorpio season, that's a water sign. That's all about relationships, your emotions, processing things of that nature. And you may find that you uncover truths in your relationships that were hidden from you. So, on a personal level, that could hit you as well. And this is something that these are things that can be revealed to you that's going to make you, it's going to force you to do something about it. Okay? And it's not going to be just for your own good, it's going to be for the greater good of all. The new moon and Mars in Scorpio also puts a highlight on wealth, investments, mortgages, investment banking, wealth of individuals, corporations, and countries, okay? There could be a lot of sudden turbulence and unexpected developments. So be prepared for that. I have been advising you guys that if you can, put some cash away in case there's some kind of, economic collapse somewhere that then trickles out to the world markets. Mars will be conjunct the new moon at 3 degrees 33 minutes of Scorpio. Think about Mars throwing gas on the fire of the Saturn Uranus square. Okay? Saturn is moving direct and coming closer to its final exact square with Uranus on the 24th of December, on Christmas Eve. Mars is a focus on the future, but then Saturn is about the what's in place, what's the tried, the true, the system, everything that's in place right now. So it can also, Mars in Saturn can also kind of put a focus on militaristic controls. Then let's throw Eris in Aries, and Eris is kind of like that Street Fighter. And she's sitting in Aries. She's going to be sitting there for a while. So you have that Mars-Saturn combination of militaristic control against the Street Fighter, those who are speaking out, those who are pushing back against the systems that are in place. And this will be an issue until Pluto leaves Capricorn in 2024. So there's going to be some tumultuous times over the next couple of years. The thing about Eris is that she's the furthest out, right? And she has the longest orbit of 560 years. So it may be that she is the one bringing that paradigm shift, bringing on the new era. And this is an energy, Eris is an energy that will not go down without a fight. She will not submit. So when you add that with the focus of the Scorpio planets being involved here, it's amping up the energy. One of the things that we need to do, the falling away of the old, making way for the new, is to get out of the victim mentality that we tend to have and go into creator mode. Okay? Take control. Don't play the victim. Play the role of creating your own new reality, of creating the new era, the new world, creating the new earth. Humanity will be making progress through 2022. It won't mean that everything old will fall away, but I think it will give us the impetus to take a hard look at what's in place, figure out what's important, and to create a new reality for mankind. Venus at 29 degrees Sagittarius is conjunct the galactic center at 27 degrees, and it's conjunct Ixion, which is the lawless brother of Pluto, which is 4 minutes away from entering Capricorn, and it will do that on the 12th of November, and it will be on the world axis, which is 0 degrees of the cardinal signs. Cardinal are the signs that are at the beginning, if you remember. Venus rules Taurus, and therefore is tied to currencies, wealth, money. And Ixion in Capricorn is a sign of big banking and business. And things that are going on could have an impact on the wealthiest. Remember that Scorpio also rules investments and wealth, and it is ruled by Pluto. On the 10th of November, we will have a Mercury-Mars conjunction at 7 degrees of Scorpio. And at the beginning of the video, when I said that I just want to strike out and just eviscerate people, this is when that energy is going to be the most intense. You're going to want to just have verbal diarrhea of really nasty things to say to people. Just be cognizant of that. Try and, do the old thing of counting to 10 before you say something that might really just hit somebody below the belt. You can't always ignore it. And if it does come out, you know what? It's for the greater good, probably. And it needed to come out. But just realize that you're going to have to rebuild things after, if you do. So those are the main energies that are in play for, the first part of November. I'll do another video on the eclipses. The next eclipse will be on the 19th of November, and it will be a lunar eclipse occurring at 27 degrees, 14 minutes of Taurus. And the last time we had that lunar eclipse at that degree was back in 2002, 20th of November. So be on the lookout for that video coming soon. As magical practitioners, the big thing that you probably want to focus your new moon workings on are rebuilding you in a better version of you. What can come to you? A new beginning. What can you do to manifest a better version of you? And a better version of you that can take care of not only yourself, but your family, those around you. Don't forget to be kind and reach out, especially this time of year. If you have, an elderly neighbor or someone in your neighborhood who is disabled and can't get out, reach out this time of year and show a little kindness. Ask them if they need something, because you never know what's going on next door. So with that last little bit there, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, feel free to give it a thumbs down. It counts as interaction with a channel and moves me up in the YouTube algorithm. So go for it. Consider becoming a channel member. And as I always say, my friends, merry we did meet, merry we will part until we merry meet again. Be well and walk in love and light, everybody. Bye.